For this tasting, if you have done this before, you know the drill. Hopefully you have 7 different glasses in front of you where you poured some or all of your sample bottle in there. I always try and keep some in my bottle just so I can pour some for the second round, just in case I find it too good on that first round. Uh, so we do run through this twice. First time through, Harmony and I will be talking about what we taste on the whiskeys. Please chime in with your own thoughts and tasting notes in the chat. Um, Save some in your glass, and we'll go through a second time and reveal that missing information that is not on the bottle in front of you, and post the links if you're looking to purchase any of these bottles as well. For this tasting, we are starting at number 1 with Bubblegum Buns. Next up at number 2 is Cranberry Reverie. Number 3 is Firm and Fruity. 4 is Wandering Alchemy. 5 is Invigorating and Refreshing. 6 is Melts in the mouth, pardon me, not in your hand. And ending on Campfire Conversations at number 7. But let's pick up glass number 1, Bubblegum Buns, and give it a nose. A little bit floral on this one for me.
It's like Play-Doh dusted with icing sugar.
Oh, that's a good note. It does have that sort of Play-Doh-y note to it.
But it also has like this like pear fruit cup kind of juices going on as well.
Does Play-Doh with icing sugar make it just a touch more delicious?
Well, it's less salty.
Yeah, I guess that's a good thing. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, a touch of like peach and pear skins almost on the nose for me.
Yeah.
Now that you've said Play-Doh, though, I can't get over that.
Oh, it's really juicy. And
Mhm.
I'm salivating from it.
Yeah, pretty good acidity and even a touch of saltiness to it as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, really fresh and juicy. Still has a hint of that floral note. You get a bit of the wood coming through without being like grippy or tannic.
Yeah. There's some nice spices, a little bit of pepper.
Hmm. Yeah, almost going into like mixed nuts dusted with chili powder or something there.
Cool.
Mm. Are you going to do water first round or wait for the second?
I might wait. This one I mean, it's a pretty, I find it's like a very straightforward whiskey. Like
Mhm.
it's right up my alley. I love like a big, juicy kind of, like you said, high acidity spirit, especially this time of year. Just like something like fresh and fruity, really easy drinking. I think the ABV fits it really nicely.
Yeah, it
Um,
does.
I might leave it without water, but I might do it the second round. But I'm just going to see how a little bit of time uh,
Yeah.
does with it.
I should have mentioned on this one, first fill ex bourbon barrel, 57.3% alcohol. I did add water to mine just for kicks. I'll see how that changes on the second round through as well. But the Play-Doh notes go a little bit waxier, I
Mm.
find, with just a touch of honey coming through as well. So not a bad thing.
Yeah, honey, big time. There's honey and there's something a little drying on the backbone there that I haven't
Yeah.
quite figured out.
Yeah, still kind of like floral and spicy on that
Mm.
back end for me. Quite like that. Well, for our speed round, let's just run on through to number 2. Uh, Number 2 is called Cranberry Reverie. This again is from a first fill ex bourbon barrel. 21st of May for the distillation day, 206 bottles from the Outturn, 60.9% alcohol. And I got to say, knowing what distillery this comes from ahead of time, Cranberries is not something I typically think of with this distillery personally.
Ooh. I would say that's a hint, but I don't find
Yeah,
cranberry in a lot of whiskey, so I'm
yeah.
lost.
Do you get cranberries on the nose?
Feel like I get red fruit. There's
Yeah,
something red apples, says Derek. That I think I can
good
get.
call.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say it feels more like fleshy.
yeah,
Thought maybe chocolate at one point.
yeah. Trevor and Susie say plum. I could see almost like it's cranberry juice from the gun. If you're bartending, the
Yeah,
concentrate mixed with water.
yeah, it smells lovely. Lots of floral notes.
It does have, Mick McGregor says cranberry juice is lingering, where the flavor is lingering. It does have almost that like acid and texture note of cranberries in there. Like
Mm-hmm.
not full on tart, but that mouth-watering sensation is there for me on the palate.
Hmm. It's got like sugar candies of some sort, like a
Mhm.
powdery, chalky candy.
Yeah, going into a hard candy.
Kind of. Like I'm thinking a little
Mhm.
bit more like your Valentine's Day Be Mine
Ah,
hearts.
maybe a
Um,
combination of those with some Swedish berries, the Maynards, the juicy
yeah.
Swedish berries.
I'm also getting like coffee notes, like a
Hmm.
like day old coffee.
I could see that almost like the dregs
Yeah,
uh, on the finish there on palate wise.
yeah.
There's a touch more like toasted oak coming through on the nose and palate for me on Cranberry Reverie versus the first one, Bubblegum Buns.
What are the casks on this? Does it say?
Just first fill ex bourbon barrel, like there's no change.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
surprisingly
surprising.
not a cast finish because it does have those red fruit notes coming out more and more.
Yeah.
And again, maybe hinting at the distillery, this is a distillery where their official lineup does include some cask finishes.
Oh.
Will Christie says it takes a bit, but it does tend to move into cranberry notes.
I
Gonna add
added
a
two
few drops
drops of
just for
water.
kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Not a massive change on the palate, maybe just a touch more of a floral note going on there.
Feel like the barrel is quite present as far as like, I
Yeah,
mean, it's like very dry and oaky, like I'm kind of licking a stave.
yeah, and toasty as well. Like it's not a like a green stave or something that's like this is seasoned and then toasted.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
this is
tasty.
cool. Yeah, I like it.
It actually kind of like that toastiness. It reminds me of the at Starbucks the cranberry squares where they have the dried cranberries and then the pastry icing and then they come in triangles. It's
Okay,
like a cranberry bar, or they used to, the Bliss bar, I think they used to call it. Yeah,
okay.
or scone, I suppose.
Scone if you want to
Uh,
simplify it.
yeah, that's right. If you want to put a name on it instead of like,
But I could
yeah,
see a scone out of this, like, because a scone
yeah,
does
for
right
sure.
should have a decent amount of crust to it, like a
Yeah,
crunchiness to
yeah.
it.
So it could be like toasty, dry, and juicy at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
very cool.
Let's go on to number three. Firm and fruity. Again, first fill ex bourbon barrel. It's almost like there's millions of these in the world. From the distilled on the 28th of May, 21st of May for the last one there, 28th of May for this one, 59.9% alcohol. Only 111 bottles for this guy.
I like
Maybe a
the
leaky
nose.
cask.
Sorry, what kind of cask?
Leaky.
A leaky
Yeah,
cask,
yeah,
yes.
maybe. Yeah,
Or they
yeah,
use
that is
some
a
of
nice
it.
nose. The nose, it's kind of combining the first two, where I
Yeah.
get the Play-Doh notes of bubblegum buns that you were talking about, and then the more like red fruit notes coming through from Cranberry Reverie there. A bit more on those toasty oak notes as well.
Bit more vanilla in this.
Mhm. Yeah, just a slight like angel food cake fresh off the pan
Ooh,
note on the nose.
out. It says it's very nice. There's a lot of fruit going on. It's very lively. It feels very like decadent, very dessert-like without it being sweet.
Mhm. Tyler says number three doesn't drink like 60% of us all, whereas two sure did. Um, I think two just had a bit more of that acidity bite to it versus this one. Um, there is a decent amount of dunnage on the palate for me there, like an underlying earthiness, but still very fruity in style.
Hmm.
That's a tasty one.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it reminds me of my elementary school homeroom, which was like
Hmm.
also a trailer, like one of those like trailer attachments that they would just add
Yep.
on to a school. But it kind of reminds me of that on like a rainy recess where like you can go outside, but you don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody
The
opens
water's
their,
coming inside anyways. So
yeah.
yeah.
And everyone just opens their snacks indoors.
Hmm. Yeah, it's got a lot of different fruit notes in there. A little bit of pears. Society mentions lychee, which I can totally see.
Yeah.
They mentioned dried papaya, which I have not tried.
Cool.
Apricot jam, citrus curds does have almost like a lemon yogurt note to it.
Mhm. I like that.
Again, with this one, like the last, almost surprising it's not a cask finish where it didn't see some wine or sherry.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna be honest, moving forward, I may have messed up how
Yeah,
I poured these, or I just
well, we'll
put the
see.
bottle down in the wrong place. I'm not really sure. Yeah, we'll find
Well,
out.
the next one should be
The darkest? Is it the darkest?
it's among the darkest, and
Shoot.
it's going to be probably the one of the most nuanced from what I remember of our sort of tasting and sorting the lineup.
Oh, shoot. So I might have done it. Great. Well,
We'll see.
we'll
Well,
we'll find out.
let's see if Harmony's in trouble or not. Let's go on to Wandering Alchemy, which is it says lightly peated if that helps at all. And the peat's not really big on the nose for me.
Does it have, oh man, I can't tell because is it melts in your mouth also possibly
No, melts in your mouth is not
slightly,
peated.
slightly maybe rubbery?
Rubbery, I could see.
Okay, then maybe I'm okay.
Yeah. So for Wandering Alchemy, cast types on this one, bourbon, oloroso, PX, HTMC barrels, and hogsheads. HTMC is heavy toast, medium char. Mick, if you're trying to figure out those first two letters there. Distilled on the 10th of June, 1,531 bottles from the Outturn, 58.4% alcohol. So we'll have to talk about this a bit more uh, on the second round, but I was very excited for this one for one specific reason. So we'll get back to that. How is the nose on this one?
It's really nice. It kind of reminds me of the like tri-colored toothpastes that you would get
Hmm.
as a kid.
Yeah, I could see a touch of that. It almost has like walking through a forest meadow just after it rained, like
Yeah.
this touch of fern and fir tree, but everything's a little bit damp.
Like Calgary.
Yeah. Yeah, like Calgary, just a touch saturated. Like we will all be on the second round, just a touch saturated.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I really love the nose on this. There's
Yeah. Are you getting Pete? Because so far just
getting more
nosing it, I'm
like
not.
heathery, I think,
Yeah.
more than peat. Like it's very light, but there's definitely some like earthy kind of mustiness and smoke.
Hmm. Mm.
Oh, I like this.
Oh,
Oh,
there's a touch more peat coming off on the palate and on the finish for me.
like cinnamon.
Yeah,
Um,
cinnamon's a good call.
that's,
Almost into like a just a slightly dry cinnamon bun. Like there's like this flaky pastry note to it as well, but
yeah.
heathery again.
You know, when you go to Banff and they have the candy store and they have all those like like rock hard candy sticks with the different flavors. Like
Yep.
I'm in that candy store right now and I'm trying all
Yeah.
the candies. Like,
It's just a plethora of notes.
yeah, and there's like for me, it's licorice, it's cinnamon, it's peppermint, it's honey, it's sugar, it's
Yeah.
heathery.
Mick McGregor says really nice Ben Romicky. I think that's a
That's a
fantastic note.
great note.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
Uh,
love Ben Romack?
yeah, and it does have sort of like what a lot of us love about Ben Romick is that it just has a lot going on, no matter which bottle you get into. Maybe maybe this is Ben Romick. Maybe there's some Ben Romick in this. Really toasty now
Mm.
on the second go through
Hmm.
on the nose.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm.
It's like kind of like camping. Um,
Yeah,
and I'm just trying
yeah,
to
that forest meadow
remember.
again.
Yeah, like it's been too rainy to go camping,
That's right.
but I feel like I remember it.
Yeah,
This is really lovely. I really like this.
yeah. Add water and there's just a slight note of citronella candles. I'm probably making that up just because I'm thinking of camping now, but there's a touch of like cast iron skillet where like there's just some bacon drippings left on it.
Cool. Kind of, it's very warm. It's kind of got like, I added water. I'm getting a
Same.
little bit more of that menthol note that I got from like that toothpaste on the nose.
Mhm.
It's kind of just like a slightly like chemical inferred flavor kind of happening to
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
it's got yeah, and that smokiness, like it's almost like not even full on peat, but there is just a touch of smokiness again. Thinking of camping and stuff, it was like if you've used some like some of the tree moss or something that you like the
Yeah.
flaky stuff as a like a fire starter in there.
I was just thinking the same thing. Or
Yeah,
even like throwing in some sort of like, I don't know, like raspberry bush leaves and sticks and stuff. Just kind of some,
yeah.
yeah, it's very nice.
Well, Will Christie says old ship timbers turned into driftwood. That's a great note. I think we might have found like the quintessential camping dram. Like this is the take it with you camping kind of thing.
And if you can't go camping, drink it.
That's right.
And you think you are. Slightly
Okay,
coastal on the
let's
finish with a Glen Scotia-esque vibe, says
yeah,
Austin. That's a good
it does
one.
have a bit of that to it.
It does.
That sort of spicy, earthy peat reminds me a little bit of Highland Park as well. Not quite as full sweet as some Highland Parks get with that peat note, but well, to be continued on that one. Let's go on to number 5. Number 5 is invigorating and refreshing. First appearance from this distillery for the SMWS Canada. Uh,
Cool.
if you pay attention to new distilleries, the cask type might be a pretty good hint as to where this comes from. This is a new Chinkapin oak barrel, and Chinkapin oak is sort of a, if I remember correctly, a genus that's slightly related to your typical American white oak, and often is like, uh, at least in the past, has been mistaken for American white oak.
Yeah, I think historically they've just been cultivated together and
Yep,
assumed to be one
yep.
style. So
So this guy was distilled on the 4th of October, 265 bottles from the Outturn, 61.1% alcohol. Cranberries in the notes on this one again for Society's notes. Uh, cram Society mentions blackberry citrus cranberry jam,
whoa.
which I think that's actually a pretty good note nose wise.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like wine gums or gummy bears in there as well.
Yeah, tons of black fruit, dark fruit.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit of like cherry cordial in there.
Oh, cool.
And weirdly, like Midori melon liqueur on the nose for me right now. Oh, the Nielsen say this has shades of the Pendrin bottlings from 2 summers ago. So you're thinking like millions of peaches. I could see that. It does have just a slight fuzzy peach edge to it.
Now that you say it, I get it. Yeah.
Yep. Still getting that melon liqueur, that hyper green melon liqueur note. Like the melon liqueur that looks so green, it's probably radioactive.
Or it's just related to Mountain Dew.
Mhm.
Mm.
Hmm. Well, all of those fruit notes continue on the palate. So fruity.
Oh man. Add some like black licorice into there.
Yep. Dried
Is that
mango as well.
mango? Green note.
Yeah, I get that licorice. Still on the cherry side of things as well. So much fruit. It would be fun to side by side this with millions of peaches. I wish I had still had some of that.
Yeah,
There's an
no.
underlying like glazed donut note on the palate as well. Trevor and Susie say Tootsie Roll.
Yes.
Almost getting into like just like a raspberry jam filled donut for me.
Mm.
Blueberry compote, says Will Christie.
I got the
I'm gonna add
blueberries
water
for
to this
sure.
one. I
I
don't
had
know
to
that it
add
needs
water.
water.
I had to
Yeah.
add water to it just because I thought that my palate was broken or like my nose was broken and I couldn't really get much more than like that blackberry jam.
Mhm.
Um, but the water doesn't hurt it
No,
at
not at
all.
all. I
And
thought it would like completely destroy all those fruit notes, but they're still there.
no, it's it's a jam buster,
Yeah.
says Will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can add like a cinnamon twist to that donut wise if you add a bit of water, I think.
And is this donut like powdered sugar or icing?
Mm,
Is powdered sugar. Okay, good.
no, it's icing for the
Oh, it's
cinnamon twist.
icing.
Or like a New Yorker, like the donut cinnamon bun.
Oh, cool.
Man, now I
Mm,
remember why, and I think this was your idea, if I remember correctly, that putting this further on in the lineup, because it's got so much flavor that it would take over anything else before it.
yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is fantastic.
that would be my camping
Let's,
whiskey.
yeah. Okay, let's move on to number 6, melts in the mouth. This is our first secondary cask whiskey of the night. Started its life in an ex-bourbon hogshead. Final cask was a first fill Oloroso hogshead. 21st of April for the distillation day, 271 bottles from the Outturn. For the Outturn, despite the cask change, which usually drops the ABV a little bit, I find, this is still 61.4% alcohol. Possibly, and at least one of the highest ABVs that I've had from this distillery, if not the highest. A little bit softer fruit wise on the nose versus the last one, but I think just about anything would be.
Got a little of like creaminess,
Yeah,
cheesiness to it. Maybe more like a yogurt.
it noses like custard like it's going to be velvety on the palate, but I don't know if that'll translate. We'll see. Does have some like light jamminess, strawberry bonbons coming through from you right now. Uh, Society mentions pine needle tea, and I haven't had pine needle tea, but there is a like almost like a peppermint tea note on there right now for me. Austin says strawberry yogurt with muesli. That's a good call. Yeah, still a little bit toasty from the cask in there, but not. We'll see if it's drying.
Raisin yogurt coated raisins, says Adam,
Mm,
which I can definitely get behind.
that's a great call,
Hmm.
especially on the palate. Like a slight touch of Eat More bar. Uh, if you've ever had like a homemade board bar square, like where you make them that style with prunes, it's got
Oh,
a touch of that.
cool.
A little bit of espresso coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Even into a touch of Nanaimo bar right now for me. Lots of nutty notes in there.
For sure. It does remind me a little bit of like a stale Fig Newton
Yeah,
bar.
that's a good call. Yeah. Toasted raisin bread. Mm. I
Yeah,
really like
this is nice.
I really like how the sherry's there, but it doesn't take over. Like you're still
Yeah,
getting a lot of grain notes there, which is really cool.
yeah, it's
Nielsen say this might be impacted by the invigorated and refreshing. I could see that. I feel like the finish is longer on this one, and if I remember correctly, that's why we put this one after invigorating. Um, Invigorating is more like a full frontal attack, and it's got a ton of juicy notes and stuff, but the finish just isn't quite as long, at least for me. How's
mm,
this one with water?
I guess I'll try it. I really like it the way it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it
It's
needs it.
really,
I'm afraid it's gonna go like bitter.
I know sherry and water and cherry don't always mix.
Yep.
I could be wrong, but the nose feels slightly more muted.
Mm. Yeah, I would agree with that.
There's a little bit more funky, like wet sherry casks.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, almost going into, and it's not sulfury, but like just a slight onion note, but a sweet onion. Like if you've ever had Maui onion potato chips, there's a touch of that to it for me.
cool. I think it goes like spicier in some
Hmm.
like mesquite spice,
Yeah,
I
and
think,
drier.
and much drier. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit chewy. Um, I don't think it falls apart with water. I do prefer it without.
It's very interesting. Like
Hmm.
the first sips without water, I was like, this is like it's very like that beautiful soft sherry influence. It feels like a nice
Yeah.
heavy piece of like fruit cake.
Yeah,
And then with water, I'm like, I feel like I need some barbecue. Like it
that's
just
right.
did that
Yeah.
full 180 on me
Yeah.
with a little bit of water. So, I mean, it could be a very versatile dram depending
Yeah.
on the occasion. So,
Well, we'll have to see going back into it second round if water just it falls apart or if it kind of like recombines and goes back to those more sort of decadent fruit notes.
yeah,
Yeah. Let's last but not least, let's dive into number 7. Number 7 is Campfire Conversations from a refill experiment cask, not a first fill. Hogshead in this case too, not a barrel. 1st of December for the distillation date, 218 bottles for them, the Outturn 59.1% alcohol. Well,
definitely smoky.
yeah, that's happy place Pete for me. There's a touch of like like leather shoe, but also burnt cardboard in there in the best way.
You say leather shoe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like old leather shoe. Yeah, yeah, that's
I
yeah.
just
Tyler,
pictured,
like when you run out of firewood, it's you just use what you got to use.
right. And then you put your foot up on the fireplace and it started melting the soles off the bottom.
That's right.
Mm.
Yeah, a little bit of like iodized bacon bits in there. Chocolatey at the same time though. I I take back my iodized bacon bits. It's the chocolate coated bacon that we get at some festivals when Andrew decides what we're getting for from Peasant.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
chocolate covered bacon note is definitely there. This has got
yeah,
a fantastic nose.
yeah.
I could just,
Just a touch of hay bale in
Mhm.
there as well.
Yeah, white chocolate mint
Ooh,
pretzels amongst the smokes as well.
pastels. Yeah, that's a good note.
What's a pastel? Are those little tiny candies?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Mm.
That is a fun one to know to nose. Wow. Nielsen's waxing poetic there.
Um, Nobody shoot me, okay? Everyone's loving this, and then I'm afraid to give like a weird tasting note, but like jalapeno spiced like Velveeta cheese, like mixing
I
it up.
totally get the jalapeno. No, that is fantastic. And it is like the stuffed jalapeno peppers almost, or
Yeah,
into like a jalapeno dip.
yeah, yeah. Like the cheese you put in the microwave for me.
Yeah.
It's with the
Queso. Yeah.
yeah, basically.
Havarti jalapeno, say Trevor and Susie. Yeah, you are not wrong. I think that's a bang on note.
I always feel weird saying something like that when everyone's on such a high, and I'm like, here we go. It's not poetic, it's just jalapeno. Mm.
My tasting notes are either cereals or not edible things. So you're doing all right, I think. I'm gonna
I
add a few
like
drops.
saltiness of this. Like it's very
Yeah.
coastal. Um,
Yeah,
I
it
know
definitely
there's
reminds me of a couple distilleries
Mhm.
stylistically.
Yeah, delightful.
Yeah. few drops of water is kind of muted the nose, surprisingly.
Oh.
It goes into a little bit more of like a Weetabix cereal note or
Mm,
slightly burnt oatmeal.
cool. I've burnt my fair share of oatmeal on a busy
Mhm.
Sunday morning, that's for sure.
Palate stays together pretty well. Maybe a touch more minerality coming through. Saltiness is still there, but the saltiness isn't over the top.
It it doesn't water doesn't hurt it,
No,
but I think I just preferred it without.
same. It
Yeah.
it loses just a touch of that jalapeno note that was so much fun. Um, it does go into more a slight shellfish note on the palate, but
Mhm.
I miss the jalapenos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Nielsen say just for fun, go back to invigorating and refreshing. Oh wow. Still fruity, but there's like a coating of chalk dust and pixie sticks powder over that invigorating and refreshing now.
Yeah, I was gonna just say like the homemade icing is just like all over
Hmm.
it. Just icing sugar.
And that slight chalkiness comes through on the palate as well, where it's like a pixie sticks again, but going into like cherry certs on the palate for me. And Tic Tacs,
It's
the orange Tic Tacs. Yep,
blueberry pixie sticks.
nice. Wow. That's surprising
Well,
for me. Usually, in the last couple outturns, probably in the last 5 or 6 outturns, I've been all gung ho about like the first three bottlings, and the first three are great. But man, that was quite the journey that the last four take us on, in my opinion.
mhm.
Um, Looking forward to getting back there too for that. But let's start the reveal here, and let's go back to bubblegum buns and see how it's holding up. Nielsen say, "Good luck, bubblegums." Is it lost?
It's so
Ooh.
it just smells like a lemon cream
Yeah.
something. But
Angel food cake again. I didn't
mm,
say it for this one, but I'm getting it there now. Lychee.
yeah. A bubble tape for me is really coming through, like that
Yeah.
Cody chalk covered bubble gum, pink bubble
Yeah.
gum.
Even juicy fruit gum. Just like just smelling the wrapper, essentially.
Mm,
A touch of just a touch of chamomile tea in there on the nose as well.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Actually, quite that nose is pretty nice.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, that palate gets that nice tea note as well. Still,
Mhm.
like it is juicy, but not in the same way as invigorating and refreshing. Like it's a softer whiskey for sure.
It's
That's why
like
it's number one.
you
Yep,
tried to make like a lemon Earl Grey cold tea, but you put too much lemon in. You
that's right.
kind of lose the tea, but you get the tannins, a little
Yep.
bit of it.
Yeah, or like you're drinking iced tea and you bite on the seed of the lemon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, for the reveal. So this is a returning bottle. It's one of two returning bottles in this outturn. Uh, this is 72.118. It is 11 years old from Speyside. I think 72, and I don't have the sheets in front of me, but I believe this is Milton Duff, if I remember correctly. Although I
Oh,
do sometimes mix that up with another distillery. It has some Milton Duff-esque notes for it, for me at least. Uh, from the 20th of September 2011. Am I wrong or right?
no, you're right.
Oh, right on. This was, I think, last year around, I think it's actually, was it from July or August? of last year when we first put it in a tasting.
Is
I'll
it?
have to check
I
later.
remember
Yeah,
doing this tasting in
yeah.
store and making, um, I'm just blanking altogether. I remember making an inappropriate comment to Rob about this one. But the
His about
state,
his bubblegum buns, probably.
yeah.
Yeah,
March of last year, says Derek. Wow.
nice. So originally this one was 169.99 for 11-year-old. The price has been permanently dropped, as we've done with some of the older bottlings that came in a little bit high, unfortunately. Um, Together with the Scotch Malt Whisky Society of Canada, we have been able to adjust that price down. It is now permanently until it sells out 124.99, which is pretty respectable for this bottle, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
absolutely. That's delightful.
Mhm. I'm happy that it actually still shows nicely after the big peat that we just came from. Nielsen's agree. Actually holds up, rescind prior luck wishing. You can still wish for luck. There's nothing wrong with that. Uh, Here is the link for that bottle if you guys are looking to purchase. Let's go back to number 2, Cranberry Reverie. Is it more or less cranberry?
It's still the same. I think maybe more, a little bit more.
It's holding up.
Yeah.
It's the Cranberry Bliss Bar, and I think that's the name of it from Starbucks. I still get that on the nose. Will Christie says vanilla Coca-Cola. That's a good note.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, almost going into cream soda territory.
Yeah. That vanilla note, it's huge.
Mhm. A bit
It's
spicier
slightly
than I remember the
floral.
last time around.
I feel like it's more floral than I remember it being.
Yeah, I could see that. Ooh.
Mm. Like just looking
The,
at
the
my notes, it was, I guess I did write down floral, but now tasting it, all my notes make sense. Like it has this like tart chalkiness to it, toasty oak, but it's more fruity, I think, now than the first time. Um, it's not just all dry and scones.
nice.
The coffee note seems to also have dissipated and been replaced with
Hmm.
that cranberry note.
Yeah, that one's held up really nicely, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Um, I'm surprised by this one based on the distillery because this distillery is usually like, and not that it's not there, but this one's like fruity and toasty. This one tends to be like all malt all the time.
Oh,
Distillery wise for me, so grain driven. This is surprisingly, at least for me, it's from Tullibardine Distillery.
yeah. Shocking. We d-
So this is SMWS 28.108, the 108th cask from Tullibardine Distillery that the SMWS has bottled. Um, from the 21st of May 2012, 12 years old and 191.99.
I think we may have talked about this when we were setting the lineup, but this reminds me of the Murray series
Totally in a
from
good way.
Telegarden versus
Yeah.
like their core. Um, and I really like it. I don't have a problem with this distillery. We don't see a lot of it, I think,
No,
to really have such an issue.
no, the
So
society
intense.
has said it's been a while since we've had a Telebardine from the society. Even the last ones have sold pretty well. Um, if you go back 3 or 4 years ago, there was a time, actually maybe 4 or 5 years ago, there was a time where we couldn't throw a 28 at a person to get rid of it.
Wow.
But I like Harmony. I was really impressed with the Murray releases that they did. And I agree. This kind of shows what Tellerbrand could be if it wasn't just all bottled at 43% alcohol and sometimes
Yeah,
a little too stepped on by other casks.
I agree. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they have their series and it's just
Yeah.
it's one or the other, right? Like you
Yeah.
get a wine finish, a sherry, or a bourbon, um, and they're not diverse even amongst those four, like
Hmm.
the four main styles. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
lovely.
I agree. Yeah, they're owned by I think it's Picard Vin and A Spiritueux, a French company.
Okay.
Different from Pernod Ricard. I think this is the only distillery that in Scotland the French company owns. It's a distillery that was revived by an independent group of investors in the I'm gonna say early 2000s. And they
Okay.
used to have these great vintage bottlings when they were trying to get stuff out. Well, they of older casks of 1988s, 88s, and 93s, and so on and so forth that we'd see. And then once they had whiskey that was sort of age, we just got this standard 4 bottle lineup that, in my opinion, kind of tries too hard to be Glenmorangie with their different cask finishes and stuff, but doesn't back it up with an age statement. And they just are too afraid to sort of color outside the box in some ways. The Murray releases was almost the opposite of that, where they were great, but we just haven't seen many or any of them lately, which is too bad.
Yeah, it's been many years.
Mhm.
Still
But that is
fantastic.
a great Tullibardine, in my
Yeah,
opinion. Okay, on to number 3, Firm and Fruity. How's it holding up?
it's holding up. Yeah. Definitely getting your angel food cake note
Yeah.
with like all the berries, blueberries, strawberries,
Mhm.
just smashed on top.
Yeah. It's almost like you got the angel food cake again, fresh from the pan or from the mold, and it's still hot, and you didn't have icing like icing to put on it, so you used ice cream, and it's just like melting with all the strawberries and stuff.
Sounds wonderful.
Hmm. Yeah, tons of just fruit salad notes in there, which this distillery is becoming more and more known for. Trevor and Susie says we own this one and we still love it. Totally agree. Um, Trevor and Susie already know this is a returning bottle, the second of 2 returning bottles in this lineup, with a brand new price.
You can
So
get it
this
back
is
up.
cast number 112.115, and I don't think we have a ton of this left. Um, I think there were maybe 1 or 2 cases left in allocation when I decided to put this in, but I just felt like we hadn't brought it in for a while and it deserved to be loved because it's a fantastic bottling. 8 years old, from 28th of May 2014. My wife's uh, birth date for that. Not the vintage, luckily, otherwise I'd be in some deep trouble. Um, but I'd get her a bottle, but I just don't think she'd appreciate it the way I would. Firm and Fruity is a Loch Lomond, specifically Inchmirren style. Inchmirren known for that really like fruit salad driven style. And when you get some good oak behind it like this, you get something pretty wonderful.
I feel like the oak really like firms it up on the back end and really supports that fruit
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
front. And it's just it's very nice. Uh it's definitely one of those, I would say, the society balls you could use to introduce someone to cast strength.
totally. Yeah,
Um
yeah, I totally agree.
and seeing as they're open to it, I think they would fall in love with the
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Well, and especially, I guess maybe part of the problem was 8 years old for 146.99 originally. I don't think that's out of the realm of uh like into crazy territory, given how the quality of this. But hopefully at 124.94, we can move these bottles, get them to good homes.
Yeah. Our job is today is to get these bottles adopted.
That's right.
Yes.
If you want to get your own society bottle and be able to tell people it's a rescue,
There you go.
now's your chance.
Yummy.
Back to number 4, Wandering Alchemy. I'm super curious to see how this is holding up.
More like honey is taking over for my first note here.
Yeah. The smoke is there now on the nose. It's more prevalent than it was first time around for me. And the peat. Much, much more prevalent. Derek agrees. He says, get a little peat on the nose now, didn't before. Right there with you. Still has that sort of like earthiness to it as well. This is the campfire dram, I think.
Got some like nice sappy resin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. Still has just that after the rain and the forest note for me. Damp moss. Yeah. Well, Christy asking, and this is why I was so excited about it. He says, is this one of the heresy bottles that's above 50% alcohol? Yes. Yes, it is. And this just makes me wish that all the heresy bottles, for the most part, were above 50% alcohol.
Mhm.
The
Good.
society felt, or the people that tasted it felt that it showed so good at a higher strength that they had to keep it at 58.4% alcohol. This is a blended malt. Vintage is 2014. It's listed as 10 years old. There is, because it's a blended malt, it doesn't have a number. But man, is it a fantastic bottle, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So here you go. This is Wandering Alchemy. This 10-year-old blended malt contains malt whiskey from all 5 of Scotland's regions. Liquid came from ex-bourbon, Oloroso, PX, and HTMC barrels and hogsheads and was bottled at 58.4% alcohol. It's always fun to try blended malts like this, and especially when they're telling you it comes from 5 territories, to try and figure out what's in that.
Mhm.
Personally, I would be shocked if there's not a little bit of Highland Park. There's just those notes, those heather and honey notes, and that sort of like spicy, earthy, peaty build on the palate. That just reminds me of that. Personally, could be all in my head. Somebody that had mentioned Glen Scotia. Well, Campbelltown is a region, so it would make sense if Glen Scotia is in there.
Right. There's a nice kind of like ashy
Hmm.
lead kind of quality to it. I know you
Yeah,
shouldn't eat lead, but
yeah. Graphite. Say graphite.
graphite,
Yeah,
yeah, because we're
yeah,
also not eating that either.
yeah.
But yeah, this is fantastic.
Hmm. Tyler says it's a witch. Will Christie says, but it's so sweet. Don't know if that's meant to be combined, but I like the combination of those two sayings.
Mm-hmm.
176.99 for that blended malt.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. There
Or
is the link for that guy. Let's go on to the next one. Invigorating and refreshing. How is this holding one up?
can't put my finger on what this note is.
Mm, I don't know if I mentioned it the first time around. I think I mentioned it on another one, but I'm getting your Play-Doh note on this one
Just
now. So fruity at the same time.
it's like
It's
all
kind of
the
like, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's like all the dark jubes,
Yeah.
like the dark colored, dark fruits. Like it's definitely still holding that blackberry cranberry jam
Mhm.
profile. Um, there's something else in here. I just can't put the words to it.
Yeah. It noses what I think a lot of like the crazy. If you've ever watched Is It Cake, which my children seem to be obsessed with recently. This is how I assume a lot of the cakes on there knows like, where it's like so much cake fondant, but then it's like got these wild fruity notes with it.
Fondant's a good word. And
Mm.
it kind of also, I mean, like, I don't feel like they're far off. It's got a lot of like taffy notes
Yeah.
and the finish.
Yeah, it's something where if this was older, I wonder if it'd be going more into waxy territory.
Yeah.
But that
And
holds up
there's
quite
some
nicely.
like nice, like again, those like tea tannins
Yeah.
um, coming through.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good
But
call.
I like the like sweetness on the finish too. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Right.
If they made like a birthday cake tea and then
Oh.
like it just dumped a bunch of jujubes in it. That's what this one is.
Bedtime tea
This is like
time.
bedtime time. So like sleepy time tea.
But for adults,
Yep, that's right.
adults only.
Uh, let's see. Let's share this one. So first time from this distillery from the SMWS. Coincidentally, this is the distillery that we're going to be focusing on next Tuesday's virtual tasting. So if you enjoyed this one, check out the Isle of Raasay tasting that we are doing virtually next Tuesday. This is from the Isle of Raasay. First Isle of Raasay bottling that we've gotten in Canada, only the fifth one from the SMWS proper. 162.5 for invigorating and refreshing. So distillery number for Raasay is 162. Crazy how many different distilleries they bottled now. 5 years old, again, Chinkapin Oak Barrel, 61.1% alcohol from the 4th of October 2019. So young distillery is the Isle of Raasay, but uh, everybody when they're a young distillery tries to find their niche and find a way to sort of like parcel and package their stuff at a young age, which everybody needs to do if you're a young distillery. Um, One of the things that Isle of Raasay has leaned into is heavy cask influence, I would say. And you get bottles like this where you can see why it works out.
Well, one of the things that also sets them apart is a lot of the casks that they're choosing to mature in are quarter casks.
Yeah.
And that's something that they chose to do to set themselves apart for being young and to kind of try to influence a faster maturation. So by doing
Hmm.
heavy toasts, smaller barrels, exploring all these cask types, they are really not trying to be anything else or anyone else.
Yep.
Sorry. Can you
It's all
hear
good.
those
Um,
motorcycles?
no, no, I
Okay.
think Zoom kind of edited it out for you.
Oh,
But I agree, and I think in their case, unlike a lot of American distilleries where they've used smaller casks, because it's a cooler climate in on Raasay, um, the cask is aggressive, but not overly aggressive, where it just becomes like bitter, which I found with some quite a few young bourbons from distilleries that were using smaller casks over the years.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to explore
Uh,
more chinkapin, I don't know a lot of distillers, but I knew Westlands does a chinkapin,
yep.
which is
Yep.
pretty cool. Um, there's only, I think, a small handful of distilleries using that style right now or that type of wood, but still, there's not
Well,
enough.
and sort of like differentiating that type of wood because there's tons of
Yeah,
them that have used it. They just haven't known or they haven't cared. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, with everybody's distillate being different and desired maturation, if you read any articles about it, everybody believes it imparts different things. So it's kind of
Mhm.
hard to nail down a specific DNA on what that oak species does.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it does tend to, at least with Raasay stuff, it tends to like blend sweetness and spice at the same time. in a lot of their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
So yeah, if you like that one, bottle is live now, 168.99 for that one. And if you like that balling and want to explore more Rasa, check out next week's virtual. On to number 6. How is Melt in the Mouth holding up?
Still good.
That onion note that I like, sweet onion note that I was getting, it's kind of there, but it's kind of it's evolving more into toffee notes right now for me, and
Toffee, yeah.
butterscotch.
Sweet onion toffee. It's just
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
that
they're
note.
one and the same, guys. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
this, but yeah,
totally. Classic
yeah.
Scottish dessert. I'm definitely getting a more dryness, more tannins, more oak. Like my yogurt,
Yeah,
the yogurt covered raisins has gone to like yogurt covered pretzels, where you just add that dry
nice,
factor. Um, but tannic tea and Ovaltine, Will, God love you.
nice. Yeah. Ovaltine, for those of you that don't enjoy sleepy time tea.
Sour cream and onion old Dutch
That
chips.
is a fantastic note. I get that a lot on this one. Even just a
Gross.
touch of A&W onion rings. Mm.
It's like it's not what it was the
Yeah,
first time around. Like it's
I agree. It's a touch
catfish
more
meat.
savory. I wonder if it is the water that's done
Yeah,
it, or
yeah.
or if it's just kind of evolved into that, but I still enjoy it. This is more going into like a combination of sweet and savory sherry, but I still enjoy it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that this is at a higher strength than their official ballings, because the one thing that their official ballings need is something higher than 40% alcohol. This is from Tom and Toole Distillery. It is only the 22nd cask of Tom and Toole, distillery number 89 from the SMWS. Uh, this is the third Tom and Toole, I believe, that's come to Canada from the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. The last ones were in 2020, if I remember correctly. I can't remember the names though. Um, so 15 years old, spent 13 years in ex-bourbon before being transferred to that first fill Oloroso Hogshead for the remainder of its life, and from 2009.
Interesting. Yeah, we don't,
Mhm.
I mean, they have a lot of expressions.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's nice to see them at cast strength.
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately, when they do have some cool bottlings and stuff. Again, the two downsides to them is they're typically at 40% alcohol, and when they are higher, uh, they're usually a hell of a lot more expensive than this, which is nuts.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
which is too bad because their rep and their importers are fantastic. But
Yeah, yeah, absolutely they are.
mhm.
And they have Cody
Okay,
as their ambassador, and he's great.
yep. Last but not least, back to campfire conversations. Love this nose.
Hmm.
It's got a like a touch of you had a campfire on the beach and just threw seawater on it to douse it. Note.
Right. Yeah, it's very like coastal seafood. Um,
Yep.
everything's cooked on like wet beach wood.
Yep.
But
Scallops and
that's
bacon
okay.
territory.
Yeah. Yeah, bacon, salmon,
Hmm.
cedar plank salmon.
Oh, good call. Yeah, I can even nose a bit of the dill in there. Probably just because I'm hungry for cedar plank salmon now. Yeah. Well, Christy says it's got a great note of money leaving my wallet. Boy, does it, Will, because this is the most expensive dram of the night, sadly.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fresh Notes of Poverty, Tyler says.
Uh, Amor. Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, this is.
So let's talk about what this has going against it when it comes to price. First of all, it's from Isla.
Boo.
Second,
I mean,
yeah, it is 18 years old.
all right.
Thirdly, it got the black bottle treatment.
All right. Doug's scared. I can
Yeah,
see it.
yeah. Good news is this is not a Lafroig. This is a Bunnahabhain. So this is
Out here.
from the time when their peated whiskey, I believe, was called Moynia. First is December 2006 for the distillation date. So pre-Stoicia or Sticia, as they're making now. Moynia, I think, was a peated distillate name at this time, but I could be wrong. Um, 18 years old, peated Bunnahabhain 10.268 for campfire conversations. I won't repeat the price because you guys can see it there. Um, it is less expensive than a 19-year-old SMWS Lafroig. So there is that.
Interesting.
It does
Moynier.
hurt when they're so damn good,
It's funny that
but do
the
cost some
spirit
money.
used to be called, you said it, you thought the spirit used to be called Moynia, and I wrote
Yeah,
money as a tasting note.
nice, nice.
Money.
Costs a lot of moynia for this
A
one.
lot of Moynia. Yeah, but it's delicious.
Well, it's fantastic.
Fantastic. Um,
Even has notes of like underneath the smoke and peat of pea shoots all of a sudden for me. Like something green and vegetal in there. Mm,
yep, those are all winners.
yep. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the lineup. Uh I again I was really impressed with it. Those last four again, I love that, just that roller coaster ride of flavor. Um Everything showed really well in this one. Harmony was entirely correct in helping me set the lineup and putting that Race where it is, in my opinion.
Mhm. Yeah, I think so. I think if we put that Wandering Alchemy after it, it would just be lost. Um, but very, very delicious.
Yeah. Tyler asking, we talked about where the cutoff point was for black bottles, since some of them are getting younger. Do you remember what Kelly happened to say about that? No, unfortunately, I don't. It does seem like they're getting younger. I think there are a few things in play like that. It does seem to happen at a younger age for Isla bottles specifically, from what we've seen, but we are, of course, only seeing a very small fraction of what the SMWS bottles entirely, and then we're getting a very small fraction of what they get for black bottles as well. So Rob and Kelly are trying to select from what is available to them. And of course, they're trying to select both what they think is going to be really good, but also what's going to sell. Um, People tend to spend a bit more when it comes to Isla whiskey. And it's not
Mm,
like there's a whole lot of peated Bunnahabhain at 18 years old out there,
mhm.
I guess is the other thing too. Um, and again, it could be $300 or $400 like a lot of the teenage Lafroigs that we're seeing right now. So kind of is what is it is in this case, unfortunately. But yeah, uh, regardless of whether you like the price or not, man, I think that's a good bottle.
Yeah,
If you
I
don't like the
agree.
price though, there's a lot of other bottles in the lineup that show really good as well. Hopefully you found one that you enjoyed there, or two or three. But they are all live now. Here is the link to all the bottles, including the two returning bottles there. Um, and we'll leave it at that. Thank you, Harmony, for joining me as always on the virtuals for SMWS. Always happy to sort of banter with you. Um, And I guess Harmony and I will be doing it all again tomorrow. I'm guessing you guys aren't in on this, but since you aren't, hopefully we'll see you at the next virtual or the next in-store outturn for the SMWS in September. Saw what the bottles are today. There is one returning bottle for September, not two, and some pretty cool stuff. Haven't tried them yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Take care, everybody.
Yeah. Have a good night. Thanks, Evan.
Cheers.